Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be watching this. So the title says, who is your giant? What does it mean, I guess, in a way? What does that mean? What is your giant? I think it sort of can relate, or what is your Goliath almost, David and Goliath. So what I mean by what is your giant, and do you know what it is? Maybe you do know, but maybe you don't want to, you don't want to sort of bring it to the forefront of your mind to deal with it yet, but I wanted to sort of maybe start that conversation with yourself, from you to you. So what is your giant? Could it be insecurity? Could it be overthinking? Could it be anxiety? Could it be fear of rejection? Could it be lack of self-worth? My personal crux is overthinking. Now, I reframe it a little bit as it can definitely be my superpower, especially in business and data analytics and all the things that I do. But it also can be very, very destructive when it's negative and you sort of think about all the different situations. And having a sort of high functioning mind is great for a lot of things, but when it comes to being negative about yourself, it's the worst thing in the fucking world. I think, what is your giant? Do you know off the top of your head, or do you maybe need to think about that? Because I think everyone has one, I believe, maybe. I feel like everyone has something. But this video is about understanding what your giant is, and also sort of just understanding that you have to have battle readiness almost to go against it, because it feels very natural to follow it. I mean, he goes, don't do that thing, and you go, okay, I'm not gonna do the thing. I'm scared of opening a new business or leaving my job or doing this or doing that, and then people just never do it, they never live. I don't want to go traveling, because what if X, Y, Z happens? There's the advisor in the back of your head going, no, don't do it. Play it safe, man. Play it safe. Just be in the walls, don't go outside, eat the food, go to the toilet, drink the water, maybe talk to some friends. Don't go outside, don't do the thing, don't jump out of the plane. Which for me is definitely being a thing, but one of the things I think that I've always overcome. And I wanted to try and pass that on. But I wanted to use this analogy of your giant or your Goliath. So, and this analogy comes from David and Goliath, really. If you believe in the story or not, it's still a great story. It's about someone who was chosen, who was seen as ill-equipped to fight something much bigger than himself. And I think a battle with yourself, of your own mind, is probably the biggest battle you will ever face. And I think it's the toughest as well. There are things that you can do. You can prepare yourself to fight the giant, your personal giant, with as many tools as possible. David had his sling, and your sling could be mindfulness, it could be thinking about things in a different way, it could be getting therapy, it could be all sorts. But everyone has a sling, I believe. I definitely do. But you have to be willing to go to war with yourself, to fight that fucking little thing in your head saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And there's a popular thing that a lot of people know, but I think I'm going to say it again. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Fear sometimes is really needed, when we're running away from a fucking lion or something, or a bear or a shark's coming, we should be scared then. We have very physical responses, chemical responses, etc. But if you're thinking about trying to open a new business, you're not going to die. The fear is almost redundant, and the anxiety as well. It's got a new filter, and that's the first glass of filtered water that I've had properly, so it's really good. So the fear response and flight and fight mode is very rarely really needed in everyday life, but we still experience it. So you have to try and fight it a little bit, or as I think. For me, you have to understand that, David didn't meet Goliath whilst he was having a fucking, you don't meet a giant whilst you're having a fucking great old time and everything's great and you're on top of the mountain. You don't really meet your giants then. You meet the giant in the bottom of the fucking pit, in the valley. You've sort of got wading through custard or some sort of mud. You're sort of trying to fucking do it, and bang, here it goes. There she is, or there he is, the giant. And then you have to battle it then. So you have to be prepared, but the things that you must do is prepare yourself in the best way that you can. I think going out and sort of seeking things that might help you with insecurity and building self-confidence, overthinking, maybe think a little bit less, obviously, is a natural one. Anxiety, understand what might help you, might bring you down from that flight response, etc. But this is all about prompting a conversation with yourself, to yourself. What's my giant? What's that thing in the subconscious which is stopping me from doing certain things? And how can I address it? And then once you figure out what it is, you can look at it and find out, what's my sling? How the fuck do I kill this bastard? And then we can work towards it. You know, you may never get rid of it. I don't think I will ever get rid of overthinking. I don't think I would want to, because it has done me a lot of good. A lot of destructive thinking and all the rest of it, you know, sleepless nights, all the rest of it. But it's also done me a lot of fucking good. Like, the way I think about things, I think is at a higher level when I look at certain data or think about things. I think I really overthink the details, which has benefited me. So I would never want it to be gone, and I don't think we should. I think we should accept it's going to be there. So maybe killing it's the wrong thing, but maybe we weaken it a little bit so we can sort of take control and we control it rather than letting it control us. Now, you know, we have different voices in our brain, you know, the adventurer and the advisor and etc. But the advisor usually the guy that says, don't do it, don't do the thing, don't do it because it's safer here. Don't go to the other side where it could be fucking great because it's safe here, it's fine here, it's great here, just stay here. But for me personally, I fucking hate that. Like, I want to go see it. I want to fuck alcohol over the fucking glass if I need to. Like, what is it? What is over there? And there's the adventurer, I think, which is stronger for me. And realizing, you know, no one's perfect. You look at everyone, you know, in the age of social media, you look at the people and you go, wow, they've got it all figured out. No. I believe everyone has something. Believe everyone has something. I've started to wake up a little bit to some things and sort of seeing patterns in people and understanding why they maybe do something, or maybe why they say things in a different way, or maybe why they're so angry at you, or there's reasons for everything, and it's not just a flippant response, it comes from something deeper. So yeah, a short video today, and I'm going to try and keep them a little bit shorter if I can, but who is your giant? What's it look like? You know, is it this big fucking ugly ogre thing, or is it this little fucking annoying bastard, this little woodpecker in your brain? Is it overthinking? Is it anxiety? Is it something different? Once you think you can have a look at that and you go, oh yeah, it is that. And be honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself is the hardest thing. And then you can figure out what the sling is. Is it therapy? Maybe it's therapy. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need to just have a quick look at some YouTube videos. Maybe you can start the journey. Because once I started figuring out what my little giants were, mine weren't a big thing. It was just like little bits here and there. Once I figured that out, hell, like my life changed so much and it improved so much. Like, I think I'd be really struggling through lockdown if I'd not done that work already. I've got a lot more work to do, don't get me wrong. But yeah, who's your giant? And what's your sling? You can figure out your own sling. Maybe you Google it. How to build self-esteem. There's so many great resources online right now. You know, how to build lack of self-worth, or how to stop getting worried about anxiety. I've shared some tips about anxiety on my Instagram, etc., which I think, you know, people could benefit from. Cold showers have really been good for me. But yeah, who's your giant and how are you going to address it? If you want to address it, but at least understand it a little bit, I think would help so many people, and definitely help me. But yeah, I hope that helped someone. And yeah, again, if you've got any questions on how to build, you know, anxiety coping strategies, or how to stop overthinking, or what is it like to be insecure, or wherever else, then please message me as normal, comment below or drop me a message. Let's be open about mental health. Like, fuck me, I overthink shit. There's my personal thing. I'm a massive overthinker. Like, when I go through bad breakups, when I go through fucking bad business shit, like, I overthink all the lot. And even when I'm starting a new business, like I'm looking at now doing, I'm overthinking everything in a negative way, not a positive way. So there's mine. What's yours? We all have a giant, I think. So what is it? And let's talk about it. Let's get out in the open and discuss. Because once you're honest with yourself, then it's something you can start to deal with, which I think is really important. Don't suppress it, let it out, and then you can address it. But yeah, hope that helps someone, and hope everyone's having a great day, evening, morning, afternoon, etc. But yeah, like, comment, share, on whatever platform you see this on, please. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, drop me a message for any feedback. Always welcome. Catch you soon. Goodbye.